Hi, I'm Randy from Truck Bed Treasures. For 40 years, Cheryl and I have been digging through basements, attics, porterhouses, barns, anywhere where we could find and unearth treasures and put them back in the hands of the people that really appreciate what they are. So, if you're watching this video, please watch it to the end and subscribe. We go on a lot of adventures and misadventures, and we're inviting you to come with us on every one. Thanks. Enjoy the video. Hi, the picture you see on the screen right now on the inset is an old barber chair in an old building room in a massive wooden building in a small town in north central Wisconsin. So I went in and I bought a lot of items out of this building. I probably spent about $7,000, maybe $8,000. And one of the things I bought was a large wooden bookcase that was screwed to the wall. And I had the keys to the building to empty it as I saw fit. And when I emptied it, I took the bookcase off the wall by unscrewing it, and behind it was a door, an open doorway, not a door, an open doorway. And inside it was a barber chair with a barber shaving mug cabinet attached to the wall. So I walked in there, and there was a box setting to the left, a rather large box. And on the barber chair, there was a couple straight razors, and the shaving mug cabinet on the wall was full of shaving mugs. So I obviously emptied it out, and it was kind of a weird thing to have something that was so historically valuable hidden behind a wall. It was kind of one of my coolest things to find. So I'm going to go through the items right now that I found in the box, and I hope you like them as much as I did. You know, they're mainly meant for men, but they're just cool items. So I'm just going to start right away. And the first thing I'm going to bring out is this shaving mirror, which is an accordion type. So you would actually screw this to the wall like this, and then you could bring it out from the wall and have it sitting any way you want by turning it. So this is such a cool piece. I've seen them before, but to actually find it in a barber shop that was closed off for how many years I don't know. But this might give me a little indication. One of the shaving mugs in the cabinet has a date of 1922 on it, or 22 for 1922. So that's just an awesome piece. The shaving cabinet that these mugs were in, I actually sold that online for, I think, around $450 just for the cabinet itself. So here's another very decorative steel one that's been kind of rotted on the bottom, but still it's a piece of history, and it's what people would have used for shaving. It's another one, it says shaving mug on it. An awesome old shaving brush that would have sat in a mug like this, and that's how they would have actually shaved. This Old Spice shaving mug was in there. Another shaving brush sets in a mug. So this is a shaving razor strop. It's called a strop, or strobe some people call it. And this is what you would use. You see barbers sharpening straight razors on a strap on the side of the chair that the person would sit in. And this is actually one that's a handheld version in the original box. So I thought that was a very cool piece. And here's a hand clipper, and it's actually in there. It's got the little guard on it. So I'm assuming that if you're going to trim somebody's hair and back or beard, you would just squeeze it like this and the blades would move inside there and actually cut the hair of the person. But I mean, it's still in the original box. How cool is that? Here's a comb and brush. I actually had one of these in a prior video with a kind of a light green mirror. So these must have been pretty popular back in the day. Barbers would have put their combs in them. It's another shaving mug with the handle missing, but it did have a brush stuck in it. You know, some of these shaving mugs were so ornate. You can tell this has just got dust and dirt all over it. It hasn't been cleaned since I pulled it out. These have been packed away for quite some time. Another worn out shaving mug with a brush that's been setting in a shaving mug for a long time. You can kind of tell how it's been setting like this. The bristles of the brush are curved. Then I found a lot of razors, and I'm going to try to do this one-handed, which these are razor sharp, but these would have been the straight razors that they used to shave people back in the day. These are very collectible. Most of them are made in Germany, and they're very collectible. The steel that they made with, usually Sheffield, which is a very good steel brand. So I want to keep those together because that's the actual case that it came with. Got another plain shaving mug. And another razor. You know, some of these were black handle and some were colored. Like here's a colored handle with flowers on it or some design on it. But just beautiful, beautiful razors. I think sometimes in these old barber shops, people would come in and they would have their own razors that they would feel comfortable using. And ones that they wanted to be shaved with. Here's another one that doesn't have a case. You see these type of razors in a lot of slasher movies also. Another decorative shaving brush. And another decorative shaving brush. You know, I've seen so many things over the last 30 plus years, and it was only a short time ago that we decided to do a YouTube channel, and I've missed out on so many incredible opportunities to film amazing things that I would have filmed if I knew we were going to do a YouTube channel. So I really hope that you join us and go on these adventures with us over the next 3, 4, 5 years and subscribe to our channel. You're going to see a lot of very cool things. Here's a razor strobe. I don't think that this is the top of that box, but it's the same type of product. I have a lot of things in here, a lot of things. So here's a shaving mug that actually has a sealed off compartment, and these were real popular to keep the creamy water, I think, away from the clean water. And I'm just going to go through these really quick. Here's another one. Again, very decorative. Needs to be cleaned. It probably hasn't been for ever and ever. It's another very pretty one. It has flowers on it. I'm going through the shaving mugs really quick because I don't know how interested you are in them, and they're kind of repetitive, but you can tell they've been sitting for a long time. And the last one I have is a real decorative one with roses on it, and again, it's the type that has a separate compartment in it. So I have no idea what I'm looking at here. extra fine swing stroke. This is empty, so it's an empty box, which is valuable because people are looking for boxes to keep their original items in. I must have wrapped this one up to protect it, because I think I did, because it's horsehair and it's a very valuable brush. It's a very large brush, but I know this is horsehair and I was really concerned about it. So, very cool piece. Wow. So this must have been, you would keep your straight razors in these compartments like that. You'd maybe have, I don't know what you would have here or here, but this would been to store your razors in, and then your shaving mirror. That's a really awesome piece. Look at that, how decorative that is. I know, man, woman, it doesn't matter. I mean, if you love antiques and you love mystery finds and treasure hunting and discovering treasure, this is just a very, very cool find. Here's another shaving brush. Another one. Keep putting these in the shaving mugs if I can find them. There's another one. Not really sure what this is. I'm going to set it down here. Pick it back up. It's called shaving stick. And I don't know what would have been in here. It's empty. A lot of dust on top of it. And some embossed lettering. So a shaving collectible, no doubt. Wow. This box is just packed full of stuff. I forgot there was so much stuff in here. I'm actually just going to start taking out razors, and I have to be so careful not to get cut with one of these, because the blades are so rusty on some of them from sitting all this time. My gosh, I can't believe there's so much in here. So, another razor. I'm not going to open all of these. I have a feeling a lot of them are probably black, because that was the common color back then. Yeah, black. And we kind of know what they're going to look like now. I have no idea what this is. But it's got the original box. Wow. And the original paperwork. That must be for like trimming hair. I mean, to find these things sealed off behind a wall in an old building, it's incredible. It doesn't get much better than this. There's another razor in here. Oh, I'm sorry. They're replacement handles, which are very collectible because people have razors and they're broke, and they're looking for handles to replace them. Not sure what this is. Wow. The Durham Duplex Razor Company in New York. Wow, you're looking at a beautiful razor. And probably a replacement blade for it in a carrying case. You know, here's an old razor. There's a very old razor. Some of these need to be cleaned up drastically. Looks like there's two razors in here. It's another razor. You can see why I'm being very careful not to get cut with these. It probably wouldn't be good, and I don't like getting tetanus shots. I've had my share of them. So I'll try to be a little bit careful with these. This one's got a name on the box. Again, another black one that looks like it's in beautiful shape, except a little bit of corrosion on the blade. I don't think for collectors that's not necessarily a big issue, depending on the brand of the razor and how rare it is. So this is an interesting little case. It's an auto strobe razor. So this must be, you would put this on the handle and it sharpens itself, I guess. That's kind of a really cool piece right there. This box is full of old razors. You know, these are the newer safety razors, maybe from the 40s, maybe the 30s. Very collectible. People still hunt those down to use them. Here's another one that looks like it could be a little bit newer. Then you have razor blades, razor blades. These are replacement tops, probably from the 70s, so that room could have been closed off for maybe 40 or 50 years. This box is empty. I mean, look at this haul. When you go into a room and you see a box with all this shaving stuff in, it gets pretty interesting, to say the least. This looks like another one of those handheld strokes. Put it by the other one. Another beautiful razor. Shaving soap. Box, empty. You know, razor blades, razor blades, razor blades from safety razors. A lot of boxes. Here's another. This is really hard to open these with one hand. And I am pretty coordinated. I've been doing this long enough. You're just going to have to bear with me on this one. Another old safety razor. You know, these are used by both women and men. So here is the same device that this would have been used for, except it's meant for shaving blades that would go into razors like this. And you would put your razor here and then turn this crank, and this device right here would hold the blade down, and you can see that the wheel inside turns, and that would be what would be sharpening your razor blades. And there's a name on that. We have some more razors. I don't know what that stuff is. I just threw in the box. Some more safety razors. I hate getting cut with razor blades. There's some more razors, more razors, more razors. That's an interesting one. I would think that would be for cutting hair. You know, just, it looks like a lot of a honer. That would be for sharpening blades. More razor blades. There's a sharpening stone for razor blades in the original box. It's really a good haul. Old box of Gillette blades. Somewhat rare. It's another razor. A loop port. Again, very hard to do without getting cut with one hand. Looks like another black razor blade, or I'm sorry, safety razor. I'll put that right down in front. So when I spoke about these handheld strokes. This is what the ones would look like that would be hanging on the side of the chair where you'd be getting your haircut and your shave. And you can see the wear marks on it from having a straight edge running up and down it to sharpen it. So this would be the original thing to sharpen. It's another beautiful razor with a nice design on it on both ends. It's another small strap for sharpening. Looks like some soap of some kind for a razor. Another beautiful razor. Another sharpening stone. And a couple more old straight edge razors that I'm thinking, since 90% of them were black, that were used in barber shops. Yeah, this one is too. I'm assuming that most of these are just black. They seem to be, they would have been the least expensive ones. So, this is what I found behind the wall. And to some people, it may not look like it's cool or like it's a find, or perhaps a few people cut out on the video already. But to me, it's found treasure. It was behind a bookcase, sealed off from the world for I don't know how long, maybe 40 years, maybe 50 years, maybe more. I'm not really sure. But that's why we do what we do. We treasure hunt. We look for treasures. And this is no different than digging a hole and finding a coin, something that was covered up, because these items were covered up behind a bookcase in a room. In the video, in the picture inset of the barbershop, when I emptied the mug cabinet, I thought, you know what, I got to take a picture of this. And I shined a real bright flashlight back into that room and took the picture that I took, and it's on the inset of this video, because it was just such a cool thing. I mean, how many people experience something like that and find treasures like this? I mean, who used this portable shaving kit, and where did they use it? Where did they travel to? Because it's obviously for traveling. Beautiful, just beautiful, beautiful items. So this is an example of what we do. You know, we go in places that other people don't. We go in barns that are falling down, and we find stuff. Now, I'll clean a lot of this stuff up and put it online and put it back in the hands of people that will use it and enjoy it and display it, because it's just a sin to have it sitting behind a wall in an old building made of wood in north central Wisconsin. So, subscribe to our channel, like the video, comment if you see anything here you like. Leave a message in the comment section and we'll work out a deal with you. We're used to shipping all across the country. I really appreciate it. If you stayed to the end of this video, I mean, I'm very excited about this stuff. It's pretty cool. So again, subscribe, and thanks for spending time with us. I really appreciate it. Bye.